Hello and welcome to my reaction to a classic from a band called Crowded House, and this is Don't Dream It's Over official music video. And yeah, this is an old school song with 354 million views, so a very big song. Thank you Mark Elf for the introduction. So it is a song by the Australian and New Zealand rock band Crowded House. I don't know if I've ever listened to much Australian or New Zealand music, so it's gonna be interesting. The song was written and composed by the band's frontman Neil Finn. It was released in October 1986 and included on the band's self-titled debut album. One of the other interesting info is that the music video is pretty unique, and it won an award for how new and special the special effect, I guess, were at the time that it came out. So it should be interesting. I always kind of like how much experimentation there is in 80s music video. By today's standard, it might look a bit weird and funny sometimes, but I still kind of appreciate watching it and seeing, the new effect that they were trying at the time. I think it's always cool. But yeah, again, I'm sure I've listened to some metal band from New Zealand or Australia, but I can't even tell you top of my head. Maybe one. I think Evil Invaders, which are thrash metal. I think they're from Australia, but I'm not even sure. And New Zealand, I don't know. There must be, but for a long time I wasn't really someone who really took a look at where bands are from, I would just be on YouTube checking out music that YouTube recommend, and then I'd find something I like and I would listen to it, but I wouldn't really check out the name of the members, check out where they're from, I would just listen to the music. So for a long time I'm sure I knew artists from all over the world, but I didn't know they were from what country. Anyway, link for the video in the description, the link to the Crowded House channel, my Discord, stream event, Patreon. If you want to follow, support me, request reaction. I've got a membership on YouTube as well now. Check it out. Let's see what we get. Don't dream it's over. Crowded House.
There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over.
It's a good vibe, good melody.
There's a hole in the roof. My possession calls me suspicion, but there's no proof.
That's a good line.
Tales of war and waste, but you turn right over to the TV page.
Some things don't change.
Don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us.
Definitely an impactful kind of song, a very world conscious kind of song, talking about the human condition in the 80s, which doesn't sound so different from now, right? I mean, I'm definitely one of those people that's guilty of it, right? The kind of looking away from what's going on in the world, and I don't know, frankly, I would argue that it's not such a bad thing when there's not much you can do about it, right? There's a lot of war and bad stuff, and I don't know if I would say I look away, because I do see the news every day, right? I don't really look at newspaper, but my way of getting news myself is what YouTube tells me about, or what I see in a Reddit or something, right? But I tend to kind of avoid it a little bit, all the news of bad stuff and wars, right? Simply because it's so depressing, and I think it's fair to say that not everybody is built to kind of withstand and stay positive while constantly engaging in all of the sadness of the world, right? So, you know, some people might say that's it's not a great thing to be someone who's like constantly trying to avoid the news of the world by, I don't know, watching TV, playing games, watching anime, whatever it is, right? But for me, I definitely don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's actually a positive for a lot of people, you know, because I would say most people are not like built to really deal with their own life and also like, you know, constantly be following the news and all the bad stuff, because that just, you know, makes you depressed, right? Especially when, you know, you're just a normal person who can't do much about it, right? So yeah, it's always a debate, but I'm on the side of like, you know, I don't think it's such a bad thing to avoid reality or something. Well, in that sense, you know.
We know they won't win.
I like the transition on the set. That's nice. Love the guitar in this song.
Now I'm walking again to the beat of a drum, and I'm counting the steps to the door of your heart. Only shadows ahead, barely clearing the roof. Get to know the feeling of liberation and release. Hey now, don't dream it's over.
It is really, really catchy.
When the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. No, they won't win.
Is it a world-conscious song or is it a love song? Maybe a bit of both, I guess. Yeah, you can look at it different way with the lyrics.
Don't let them win.
Really cool, this transition. I guess the line "don't come between us," you know, I tend to think of it in the context of like romance, right? But it could also be just for humanity as a whole, right? People are always divided with opinion and stuff like that, right? But you know, these days I think people get a little bit more aware that, you know, a lot of it is like the rich, the people in power, the politician, you know, that's what they're doing. They're trying to come between us to divide the people, so it's easier to exploit the people, right? So yeah, you could say that line is like either for like romance or it is for like a world conscious kind of idea. I think it works in both contexts. Yeah, very nice song. I definitely enjoyed it. You know, the way he sings, "Don't dream it's over," "Don't come between us," like some of this line will definitely be stuck in my head today. I like the music, the guitar was pretty good, the part with the organ was nice too. The video was cool. I mean, by now, you know, I think we've all seen many videos like that, you know, the kind of like going from one set to another, right? Except, yeah, I assume it's not an actual like a different room in a set. It's more like an effect of transition between rooms. So that is very cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed this song. Nice introduction. Thank you, Mark Elf. I enjoyed this. Very nice song. Okay, well, maybe I should check out more from them. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.